Thanks very much, Vince, for having an interview about Romania. I understand that you had some fantastic times over there, and you've just been watching the documentary on YouTube. You wouldn't have believed that all that footage from 1992 would be on YouTube now, would you?
No, no one thought it. I mean, the technology wasn't around as such at that time as well.
Absolutely wonderful. So I take it that was that your first trip in Romania in 1992. Was that when you went?
Can't remember, to be honest with you, Dave. I can't remember whether it was 91 or 92,
Okay.
to be perfectly honest. It was roughly a year after the revolution and Ceausescu was forced out of power.
Okay.
So the exact year just escapes me because there's been a lot of water under the bridge since then.
That's true. That's true. And why did you go, my friend?
I was speaking to Graham James. He'd already done a trip out to Romania, and he was telling me of the experiences that he'd had, the people that he'd met, the state the country was in, and I was at the time working as a youth leader in a church in Homewood, and Graham invited me along. A couple of reasons really. A, for my driving skills, because I'd already drove a 7.5 ton lorry, and B, for my mechanicking skills initially, but I also wanted to go and experience and help people out who, let's say, was in a less fortunate position than what I was.
Bless you, that's great, mate. What actually impacted you the most out in Romania?
I think the impact was that although it was such a poor country when I went out, the love of the people that they had for each other, the love of God that they had in the churches, the people wanted to help each other as well. I mean, some of the sights that we're seeing of when we were stopping in people's houses, they had virtually nothing, but they was quite happy to give us everything that they had, food-wise particularly. They would always make sure we was well fed, even though they knew once we'd left, they would probably not have a lot of food left.
I understand. Thank you, my friend. What was the funniest time you had over there?
Oh, there was many funny times. We used to joke with each other when we was driving the trucks and minibuses over the CBs, and have each other in stitches. A couple of classic moments was Les Rowe being chased around with a beetle because he can't stand creepy crawlies. He absolutely hated creepy crawlies. So we chased him round with one of the local insects. And one of the pastors who went with us on one trip, John Ford, he was asleep in the minibus wearing earplugs. And someone said to me, "Hey Vince, do you think them earplugs work?" And at the top of my voice I shouted, "John!" And he sat up, and I went, "No, they don't work."
Can't beat it, can you? So it just proves that we have a lot of fun out there, as well as actually seeing the tough stuff. That's right, that's about, isn't it?
Yes, fun and frustrating times as well.
Yeah. So going on to that, what was the most upsetting memory that you have then, Vince?
There's two memories that stuck in my mind. The first one was when I went to one of the local orphanages, and the amount of kids to the amount of workers was unbelievable. There were very few workers, lots of kids there, and when you walked in, the kids were just climbing all over you, craving attention, just wanting to be picked up.
Yeah.
An hell. And the other one was the local, what at that time would have been a psychiatric unit for people who suffered mental health. And they took us upstairs and showed us the place where they used to wash the patients down. and literally it was a concrete floor with a trough, with a like a trough that run all the way around the concrete floor for drainage, and they'd just stand them in the middle and hose them down once they'd let them out of the cages.
Oh, bless them.
Because that's what they kept doing.
Oh, bless them. Oh, that's terrible. What else do you think that it'd be good to share as part of this chat that we're having today, Vince?
I think that it's important for people to realise that although the first time I went is 20, 30, nearly 30 odd years ago, that although times have changed, there's still a need out there.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big world, and yes, I know that many people say charity starts at home. Well, that's not true. We serve a big God, and He puts things in our hearts. And one of the things that the Bible says is that we help our neighbours, we help our brothers, and we look after people and take care of people. And I think that is one good way of spreading God's love.
Yeah.
God's love isn't just about helping the church or helping the people in the country that you are. One of the great ways of showing God's love is by us showing our love to other people and letting God's love work through us for other people.
That's fantastic, mate, and I can't agree with you more. So when it comes to other people that's considering actually getting involved in Open Arms Romania, what would you say to inspire them?
I'd say that first of all, what they need is an open mind, is one of the things. For inspiration, definitely they will be well received by the Romanian people. They will make friends for life. They will experience people giving out of poverty as well. So the Romanian people give you the heart when you get out there.
Yeah.
And when you realise just how well off we are, even though sometimes we don't feel it, it does make you realise that.
Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic, mate, and I couldn't have said that better. The times that I've been there in recent years, you know, they want to give you the world, don't they, when they haven't got it themselves? Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Would I love to go back? Yes, I would love to go back, but I'm a bit far away now, being on the other side of the world.
Well, you'll have to nip over one day when pennies are right, won't you? And we can take it from there, can't we? Yeah. So I'm going to say God bless you, Vince, and thank you very much for everything that you've done for Open Arms Romania, or Seed as it was, because it was at the time. You know, sorry, Creed, wasn't it? And I just want to thank you for everything you've done for Open Arms Romania, for people in Romania, and also for people locally as well, both in the UK and in New Zealand. Thank you very much for everything you do.
No problem.
God
Enjoyed
bless
it.
you. God bless you, my friend.